approach to health for youth ages 13 to 19 by highlighting and encouraging healthy decisions and behaviors. When young people have resources they need, we know that they can make the best possible decisions and choices for themselves. So in order to better equip young people in that way, and again, to support successful transition to adulthood, to avoid unhealthy relationships, teen pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, addiction, poverty, and the list goes on. We Think Twice is a campaign developed in partnership between the Administration for Children and Families, Family and Youth Services Bureau, and the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health. So we're working in partnership, and I'm asking you to partner with us today as well. And so for this campaign, it's grounded in research. It's driven by youth voices, with activities and resources tested with youth across the nation. Next slide. Okay, a little bit more about what is the We Think Twice campaign. Well, it's designed to shift perceptions and social norms and help teens resist peer pressure. It also amplifies and encourages healthy decisions and behaviors. It promotes a holistic approach to achieving optimal health for U.S. teens ages 13 to 19 by building teen knowledge and skills to form healthy relationships, set goals for the future, and feel empowered to make healthy decisions. Next slide. And the next slide. So just to give you an idea of what we're sharing as it relates to this social media campaign, some of the products, there are some graphics that are available here for you, such as Your Voice Matters, and we really do mean that, and we take that to heart with this particular campaign because we have engaged you from day one. We have an actual virtual system that we utilize called the Hive, where youth actually can see some of the products that are developed. They give us ideas about products. They let us know early on in the process. Don't speak to us in slang. We want to have use those terms that really will resonate with the general population with us. And so we've gotten that kind of feedback. Some of our graphics may have been a little bit corny, and they were like, no, please don't use that graphic. And so we've gotten some really good feedback from the youth. What we did find is they really like memes. You all know what memes are? Okay, good. Okay, so they like that interaction. They like those awkward facial expressions. So we've incorporated a lot of that into the campaign as well. And so again, you'll see these are some examples of what we've shared with you through Instagram as well as Facebook. Next slide. We also want to be able to share information with young people. I said earlier on, we want to dispel some of the misconceptions and myths that young people have versus what is factual from fiction. And in doing so, we came up with a social norms quiz. It's an interactive campaign product called Check Your Reality. And I'll ask if you can click one time for me. One time. Go back. All right, there we go. All right, so one of the questions on the interactive quiz, and it's graphically, this particular product is graphically engaging as well with the memes. So one of the questions is, how many high school students are having sex? And I want to give you this quick quiz. Let's see what you think. So there are three choices. Most, 9 out of 10. How many of you think most? 9 out of 10 is the answer. Raise your hand really quick. Okay, about half, 5 out of 10. Okay, we have some, about half. And how many of you think not very many? Maybe 3 out of 10. All right, now let's see the correct answer. One click for me, please. All right, and the answer is not very many, maybe 3 out of 10. Most high school students are really not sexually active. It's really, according to CDC, 7 out of 10. So from the rumbling, some of you probably didn't know that fact. All right. Okay. Or you may have a different opinion about that. Okay. All right. We're going to keep moving. So our next slide. Again, RHY programs partner with us, the Family and Youth Services Bureau Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Program, as well as the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health, to support this campaign. Glad you asked that question. If you can please share and encourage your youth to visit the products that we have made available, not only to visit and to see them, but if you could encourage them to share them as well, because we want to expand these positive messages as far and wide as we possibly can. And we definitely need your assistance, not just to share the messages, but we think that your young people will benefit from, that are participating in your programs will benefit from the information as well. So on Instagram, it's at We Think Twice. Facebook, We Think Two. And also the social norms quiz that has other questions as well about drugs and alcohol and other areas that young people are influenced under peer pressure. There's information there as well. You can also share with them the link to that website. All right, next slide. How can you learn more about the campaign? Go to the Family and Youth Services Bureau website. We have a web page that's dedicated to information about the campaign. We are working to develop a website in and of its own, freestanding, for the We Think Twice campaign with the same name that should be available and accessible to everyone by April of 2020. So in the interim, you can learn more about the campaign by going to the FISB website. Next slide. And I'll close out by sharing some resources that you may find to be helpful with your projects. We've developed these particular products in conjunction with our training and technical assistance contractor. And again, they may be useful to you in implementing your projects, training staff, and engaging both youth and the community. So first of all, we have the Exchange website where most of our resources are available. It's our resource repository. We have there our e-learning module, Sex Trafficking and Adolescence, What Adults Need to Know, and it's a two-part series that you can use for training with your staff. We also have, next slide, the new source book. If you come to the workshop that Katie Solenthrope and I are presenting on tomorrow, you'll learn more about this particular guide around community saturation. How do you better expand and share messaging with the community and your various partners for positive effect and impact. The social media toolkit, I've shared this with some of you at a prior conference, and it was really popular to the point of it increased the actual clicks on to our website. So it's a really popular tool that you'll find to be helpful around social media and how to share those messages depending on your level of social media maturity. There's information available from what we call a walk, a jog, run to a walk. And last slide, I'm putting in a shameless plug for as many of you who would like to join us tomorrow for the Designing Youth-Centered Social Media Messages Workshop. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Labrita. All right, are we ready? Here we go. So, over the next 37 hours, I'm going to cover the following information: Children's Bureau, Office of Community Services, TANF, Early Childhood Partnerships, HUD. No, I'm kidding, that's only one page. To begin, Children's Bureau. Reshaping child welfare, strengthening families through primary prevention of child maltreatment. Primary prevention, no, I'm not going to do that. Did you really think I was going to do that? How many people, raise your hand, thought I was actually going to read that slide? Wow. No, I won't do that. We've got roughly 15 minutes. I've got about 47 slides worth of information here that I am not going to read through. I'm going to cover at a 30,000 foot level. The intention here was to provide you some information about some of the entities within ACF who are doing work that overlaps